Let's go.
Hey guys, what's going on? Ninja Reviewer here, back with another episode review of Dragon Ball Super Episode 6. Now, this episode alone, just very simple, but very, very surprisingly, a very entertaining episode. Now, it's weird, considering me actually giving this score kind of higher than the last episode, kind of says a lot. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, there were just a tiny bit of animation derps here and there, like, there's this one scene, like, where everyone's, like, standing around, like, I think BEERUS, I think it's that scene? I'm trying to remember exactly, because I know, like, on, like, my Tumblr around, I know I actually saw it. It was somewhere. Hold on. I know I just found it somewhere. Maybe it's not here right now, but... Oh, right, yeah, it was that scene, yeah. Where it's, like, Piccolo and them are just, like, surrounding him, and there's, like, little tiny errors where you see, like, their eyes have, like, dots on them instead of regular eyes, and the way they're drawn is really fucking weird. I don't know why. Because I know last week had that really ridiculous animation errors, like, with the Goku and BEERUS fight, and, yeah, that shit was hilariously bad. I do actually remember some of that, like actually looking back at it, and you know what? But granted, it was still a really good episode because it shows how ridiculously strong BEERUS really is. So I mean, it was still a really good episode regardless. But I think this episode, in regards to that, I think was actually really well done. It really was, and to be honest, I think I like this portion kind of way better than I did with the actual Battle of Gods movie. Now, comparing this to the Battle of Gods movie, although I am sadly going to miss the whole bingo dance scene, which I thought that was the most funniest thing that Vegeta's done. Like, yeah, I do miss the bingo scene. That scene was pretty funny from the actual movie, but instead of this, we do get a really good funny, part with Vegeta as well, where he's just, like, cooking, like teriyaki and shit, which I thought was actually funny. It's like, I am Vegeta, the prince of all chefs, which I'm like, the fuck? So, a lot of that shit was actually really funny. So, it was really good because he didn't really want to piss BEERUS off. Because at first his memory was kind of like, he couldn't remember who he was until he, like, saw his face in Wiz. And when he was a child, you finally realize who actually BEERUS was as a child. And he pretty much just was, like, beating the living other shit out of Prince Vegeta. Because, no, well, King Vegeta, I should say. Sorry, the father. Pretty much it's because, you know, they had something, but he had something against the Saiyans because they kind of, like, made him really mad because they didn't really agree on his terms. So because of that, you know, it angered him, and he got really destructive and angry. He says, like, you're lucky because if it would have been worse, I would have, you know, destroyed your planet. So it could have been a really worse situation, but luckily, you know, he was actually pretty nice, you know, for a change, because I thought he was actually going to blow up the planet. Well, of course, that's not the case, because in reality, fast forward, we know that Frieza, you know, eventually destroys it, you know, the same whole planet, so, of course, well, Planet Vegeta, that's what it's called. But yeah, so it's pretty obviously, we all know what happens later to Fate at the end, but other than that, though, like, just seeing, like, that flashback alone really kind of developed into, like, Vegeta's character, because he knows he's way out of his league on actually defending the Earth against someone like this. So he tries his really best to actually not try to piss him off. So they give him the best food. Like, there's this one with wasabi, some kind of wasabi ball thing. I forget what it was. I know Krillin made it. And Vegeta was worried that he would get the one with the wasabi in it, because as we all know, wasabis are really spicy sauce. So he was worried that he would get the one, because they're like mystery kind of things, or one of them has it and not all of them don't. So lucky chance that you'll get the one with the wasabi in it. So luckily BEERUS did not get that one. And I was actually Krillin, thank God. So he actually took the hit pretty much, which I thought that was the most funniest thing, just like seeing him just like get completely annihilated by spikes. That was actually funny. And the face reaction, which is completely fucking hilarious. So I actually did really like that a lot. despite it, this was actually a really funny. Like again, the comedy in this episode was really spot on. It was just too freaking funny. Like, oh my god, like Vegeta just looking like a fool. Like Beerus is like fucking taking his woman and shit. Like, you know, all because I know in the movie Vegeta played it out that was like his cousin or something like that. I know he played it out of some kind of associate. I forget from what I remember from the actual movie. But here, it's just that he didn't really need to actually say that he was, like, related or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Bulma just actually greeted him, and then she's looking at him like, why the hell are you just on the floor? And it's like, you know, they get this, like, little greeting with each other. Like, they're just normal, like, a normal, humble greeting from Earthling to whatever Beerus is from. So, it's, like, it's funny because then it's crazy. Like, Vegeta's the only one that's, like, freaking out. It's like, bro, as long as he doesn't get pissed, it's okay. Yamcha being an idiot, I thought if they were going to change it where Yamcha was going to fucking cause it, because I know in the preview, like when he's telling him like to relax and take it easy, he fucking slaps him on the back. I thought it was fucking Yamcha. That would have been like the end of him. That would have been so funny, but not really. They kept it the same, just like the actual movie, how like Majin Buu wanted to protect his pride of the pudding, and he didn't want to share the pudding with Beerus. And we, as you all know, if you've seen the actual movie of Battle of Gods. Well, it's actually different too, is that they didn't do the whole Saiyan band thing ritual of how like they were trying to play it out to get the Dragon Ball. So yeah, there's a huge amount of changes in this, which I was really not expecting at all. So they changed a lot of stuff that I was actually quite surprised with. So this is actually pretty fascinating now. Like I'm really liking this whole different retelling of Battle of Gods. And of course it does end off sort of the same way, like, instead of, like, the pudding getting messed up, that Beerus actually, you know, won it, because, as you all know, he was about to get the pudding, and the last one fell on the floor, and from that stands, that's where he gets really pissed. But here, in actual Dragon Ball Super, you know, Buu is like, well, I'm super, because I'm incredibly strong. If you want these puddings, that's why I'm the one who deserves it, because I'm the one that's more stronger. And Beerus is like, is that a fact? So he wanted to actually test his might with Buu. So Buu was trying to protect this pudding. And then, like, you know, Mr. Satan or Hercule, whatever AK you want to call him, he actually tries to actually get in between them. And he just, like, fucking flicks them out of nowhere. Like, you stay the fuck out of this. Like, this is a battle between man to man, pudding to pudding. So it was actually pretty funny, but kind of serious, too, because, you know, Beerus is like, are you done? You're punching the wind. Like, he's just punching Beerus' face, and Buu just, like, you know, the complete idiotic blob that he is, like, fucking Beerus just, like, grabs him from his fucking antenna, just, like, spins him around, and actually blasts him. Now, I kind of thought that Buu actually died, and I'm like, oh shit, like, fuck, because Beerus is on a whole different league, again, compared to, like, you know, Majin Buu. But I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, did he actually annihilate him? Like, but I think when I saw the preview, it kind of ruined it a bit, because it's like, I kind of saw him, like, alive, too, from the smoke. So I was like, oh, okay, so I think he is alive. I was like, okay, good. I was about to say, like, and plus they have to get the Dragon Balls out anyway, because it's all locked up in security, because that's one of the main bingo prizes that no one wants to take. Oh, yeah, and we get the scene with Emperor Pilaf and them, and, yeah, whatever. We don't care about them, pretty much. They're just there, just trying to find a way to get the security of the Dragon Balls. Goten and Trunks have some kind of water gun fight. But actually it was kind of funny because I like how Trunks sprayed Beerus, and then we thought Beerus got pissed off, but apparently he's just like really, really annoyed. So I really thought that was also going to do it. Like I was like, what are they going to change? What are they actually going to do with this? So yeah, regardless. And then of course at the very end, we see that now things are getting serious. In the next episode, we can definitely tell the battle is about to commence of them protecting Earth. So, yeah, they're moving along this actually really quickly. And they're making it completely different, which I'm shocked at. So, overall, I surprisingly really enjoyed this episode. I think compared to last week, I mean, I don't think I found anything wrong with this episode at all. I found it very, very enjoyable, very entertaining. And thank God the animation. Oh, thank the heaven lords that it has gotten much better compared to last week's bitter taste of Goku versus Beerus. But, you know, other than that, though, I mean, well, you know, with a flay here, derp, here and there. Like, I know there's also one scene at the very beginning where Goku's eyes is like fucking squinted, which I do not know why. It's like a viewpoint, like a very further distance, and his facial expression looks really fucked up for some reason. I don't know why. It almost looks as badly fucked up as the last episode when he did that like thing where he turns and like the fucking face. I'm like, oh my god, no, please stop. But granted, it wasn't too bad. So again, I really enjoyed this episode. This episode was just not only entertainingly funny, but also really awesome because not only that, we get to see a really interesting flashback with King Vegeta actually getting taller by BEERUS. So again, very interesting stuff. Very great development. I really love this episode a lot. And of course, the comedy is a solid gold in this episode. In fact, I think the comedy in here might actually almost be better than the movie's comedy. Well, sort of. The movie's comedy was, sort of funny as well. But, yeah, actually the movie's comedy was pretty funny. So it's almost on that, like, same level, except that bingo dance, man. I'm gonna miss that. But regardless, though, it was still a really great episode. Definitely, I found nothing wrong. It was still great. Definitely cannot wait till next week, where things are finally starting to heat up. Getting a bit more serious. And, of course, if you know what gets Vegeta really pissed off, if you've seen the movie, yeah, I kind of know why. So, overall, that's pretty much about it. So, by surprise, they wrapped this up pretty quickly when it comes to that part of the game, BEERUS really pissed. I'm actually surprised how fast it went. So, yeah, compared to the actual movie. So, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Oh, rating score, right. Definitely a 5, man. It was definitely finally, man. It's one of the best episodes of Dragon Ball Super I have, like, ever seen. I mean, yeah, people would have thought that the last episode is better because of the fight, but I think I like this. I think I really love this episode much better than last week's episode. Despite the fight, it was still stalling with a lot of dialogue and him trying to praise BEERUS. And it's like, you know what? I think this episode was definitely leagues better. Like, I really love this episode, like, a lot. And I will still give it a chance because things are finally heating up now. So, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Definitely, I really love this episode. I know some people may not really enjoy it as much. But again, let me know your thoughts. And that's all I gotta say, really. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. This is the Ninja Reviewer. Over now to the bounce. Peace out. MMA fans, keep supporting what you're reading, what you watch. And Dragon, rock the Dragon Ball Super next week for episode 7. So, yeah. See you guys.